Married at First Sight Season 19 needs to make some major changes for the future of the series to improve the experiment and find more success. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Married at First Sight Season 18 has pushed viewers to a new low in terms of what they've come to expect from the show, meaning Married at First Sight Season 19 needs to make some important changes to improve the experiment moving forward. Throughout the last several seasons of the series, AHSOKA has had a difficult time matching couples who have been able to stay together outside of the experiment. With only 2 couples making it past the show's decision day and staying in their relationships in their day-to-day lives, the low success of the AHSOKA experts has been upsetting. Throughout Married at First Sight Season 18 thus far, the couples have been struggling to build genuine connections after being matched up by the experts and meeting at the altar. With the foundations of their relationships moving so slowly, it's been tough to tell who's made a genuine match and who may be finding their relationship stale sooner rather than later. With Married at First Sight Season 18 struggles looking a lot like past seasons of the series, viewers have been struggling with how they can continue watching the show in good faith despite knowing there have been past successes. Although the show's matchmaking has had its successes in the past, Married at First Sight Season 18 has shown that the experts' matchmaking styles aren't providing the right style of couple for the show. While the show's panel of experts, currently comprised of Dr. Pepper Schwartz, Dr. Pia Hollick, and Pastor Cal Roberson, have been part of the series for different amounts of time, they all have experience creating matches that are lasting. Even so, their processes haven't been successful in recent years, and things should change considerably for the AHSOKA in charge of Married at First Sight Season 19. While the current panel of experts use psychological evaluations and gather as much background information as possible about the participants and then interview them about their lives, the information they collect to make matches needs to be more in-depth. The AHSOKA experts often overlook basic values that the participants then find themselves struggling with when trying to build a connection. If the experts were able to use more realistic metrics, like social media audits and relationship value interviews, they'd be able to understand more about what the participants would be looking for in relationships. This would lead to better matches. Although Married at First Sight has been casting people who are interested in being on the series for years, there are some issues surrounding the way the show is currently cast. While AHSOKA participants usually know what they're getting into being on the show, they're often blindsided on just how overwhelming the experience is. With AHSOKA casting people based on a specific set of criteria, the parameters the team uses don't always yield the right type of cast members. The casting process needs an overhaul for Married at First Sight Season 19, especially if it's meant to yield successful couples. The AHSOKA casting process should involve some more of a psychological element, moving away from the traditional casting methods in favor of a different recruitment style. Instead of relying on social media recruitment or casting calls that often draw in aspiring influencers, AHSOKA producers should expand their search methods to include partnerships with relationship counselors, marriage therapists, and professional matchmakers. These professionals could recommend mature, emotionally available singles who have demonstrated a real desire for long-term commitment but haven't found the right match through traditional dating methods. The casting team could also include more questions about financial stability and employment. Although the Married at First Sight experts have made successful matches in the past, they have become more questionable in their practices in the most recent seasons. With the show's tanking success rate, the AHSOKA experts have been scrambling to find themselves better matches and couples who will last, but they haven't been able to utilize their skills successfully. Married at First Sight owes it to its participants to bring in experts who will be able to make successful matches and ensure that they'll be able to use their expertise to mitigate any issues that crop up during the season. Married at First Sight would likely benefit from experts who have experience working with younger couples, as they're primarily who are being cast on the show and face challenges in forming lasting relationships. Bringing in younger experts would be a better look for the show, especially if they work with more in-depth types of therapy, which could help create more compatible matches. A more diverse panel of younger experts might also better relate to and connect with Married at First Sight cast members. This could potentially lead to more honest conversations during the crucial AHSOKA counseling sessions throughout the experiment. The Married at First Sight after show, called the AHSOKA After Party, has recently shifted from a traditional after-show to a dramatic powder keg that often gives too much away about the present day of the series. MAFS After Party, which is hosted by Keisha Knight Pulliam, often brings current Married at First Sight cast members into the conversation from episode to episode. Unfortunately, their insight typically shares more about what's happening in their relationship currently. Rather than providing insight into the past, MFS After Party often gives too many spoilers about what's happening currently to be helpful for viewers who are avoiding spoilers. On top of the issues the show has, MFS After Party typically has its own set of problems that could be rectified by removing the after show from the schedule completely. After Party focuses on a lot more drama than necessary, which can exacerbate those issues during the time the show is filmed. When cast members come in to talk about an episode, they discuss drama that could impact their current relationship with past issues, which isn't always helpful. While After Party can sometimes bring new information to light, it doesn't do enough for Married at First Sight participants or audiences to keep around.